Friends, in this video I'll explain you how we can apply paired sample t-test in SPSS. So firstly, we will see the other names for paired sample t-test. These are dependent sample t-test and repeated measures t-test. Now we will see what are the conditions when we can apply paired sample t-test. So the first condition is when we are interested to measure the significant difference between two time points. Means in paired sample t-test we will have only one sample, and for the same sample we will collect responses two times. So if we are collected responses two times between certain time interval, so in that case also we can apply paired sample t-test. Second condition is we can apply paired sample t-test when we are interested to measure the statistical difference between two conditions. So, if suppose I have taken test of the students in the controlled condition, and secondly I have taken their test in the experimental conditions. So in that case, I can measure the significant difference in their performance with the help of paired sample t-test. Third condition is we can apply paired sample t-test when we are interested to measure statistical difference between two measurements. Means if for certain sample of students I have collected data for their reading skill and for their writing skill. So in that case I can apply paired sample t-test. Lastly, we can apply paired sample t-test when we are interested to measure statistical difference between matched pair. That means we should have one sample, and for that sample I need to collect responses two times, and there should be equal number of responses both the times. So in that case we can apply paired sample t-test. Secondly, the variable for which we are collecting the data, that should be measured on continuous scale or on interval or on ratio scale. So in that case we can apply paired sample t-test. So now we will see what can be the hypothesis for paired sample t-test. So suppose I want to know the difference in the performance of the students before teaching and after teaching. So I can make hypothesis there is no significant difference in the marks before teaching and after teaching. Alternatively, I can say there is a significant difference in the marks before teaching and after teaching. And the other way of making this particular hypothesis for paired sample t-test is there is no significant impact of teaching on the performance of students, or I can say teaching is ineffective. Alternatively, I can say there is a significant impact of teaching on the performance of the students, or I can say teaching is effective. So this way we can frame our hypothesis for this particular situation. Now we will see how we can test this hypothesis with the help of data and with the help of SPSS. So now we are moving towards the SPSS window. So in this SPSS file, you can see there are various variables, but we have to focus on the last two columns according to our hypothesis. So here we have recorded the performance of the students before teaching and after teaching. So now to test the hypothesis, we need to go to the Analyze menu, and then from this list we need to select Compare Means. And from Compare Means, we need to select the paired sample t-test. And when we will click on paired sample t-test, the paired sample t-test dialog box will appear in front of us. Here we can transfer our both the variables at the right hand side box for variable 1 and variable 2. So select the first variable and transfer it with the help of this arrow in the variable 1 box. Similarly, second variable we will select and we will transfer it with the help of this arrow in the second variable box. Now after shifting our variables, we need to click on options. When we will click on options, paired sample t-test options box will open, and in this confidence interval percentage is 95%. This is by default by the SPSS. If we want to make any changes in this percent, we can make. If we want to make it 99, we can do that. If we want to make it 90, we can make it, or if we want to make any other value that we can do. So if the confidence interval percentage is 95, so we can say level of significance would be 5%. So now after setting this confidence interval value, now we need to press on only continue, and then again we will press on OK. After pressing on OK, we will get the output of the paired sample t-test in the output window of SPSS. In this, there are three tables. The first table is the paired samples statistics. In this, we can see the mean value, standard deviation value, and the standard error for mean value for both the variables, and the n is indicating the number of observations for both the variables. Second table, that is the paired samples correlation, is indicating us the correlation value for the two variables and its significant value. So we can see here that the correlation value is 0.761 with the p-value 0.000. So we can say this p-value is less than 0.05 because in the confidence interval we have kept 95%. So that means our level of significance is 5%. So we are comparing this significant value with the 5% or 0.05. So we can see that 0.000 is less than 0.05. So we can say this thing that these two variables are significantly correlated to each other, and the correlation percent is 76.1%, and this is the positive correlation between these two variables. Now the third and the main table is the paired samples test. So here we need to report the p-value, its degree of freedom, and the significant value or the p-value. So the t-value is minus 6.237, degree of freedom is 29, and its p-value is 0.000, so which is again less than 0.05. So we can reject the null hypothesis and we can conclude that there is a significant impact of teaching on the performance of students, or we can say teaching is effective. So friends, this way I have explained you how we can perform paired sample t-test in SPSS. I hope this video will help you to understand this process. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe my channel, Dr. Chanchal Jain. Also, like, share and comment on my videos. Thank you so much. Happy learning to all.